Hello everyone, welcome to Datatype channel. This is the second video of my channel. In this video, in this channel, I upload the video related to data science. In the previous video, we see how we can install Anaconda and how we can set up Jupyter Notebook. In that video, we explore some of the secret and pros and cons of Jupyter Notebook, how we can code Jupyter Notebook, and some of the things or in Jupyter Notebook. If you missed out my first video, just look over my channel description. You will find that video. In the end, in the this is my second class of this channel. In this class, we'll learn some of the basics of Python language. We'll co- on it. We will cover basic things of Python language, and this video will be helpful for everyone, and those who are started learning Python recently. And this video also friendly for everyone who doesn't have any experience in coding before that. That also helpful for everyone. Without any delay, let's dive into the video. The- uh, as you can see, this is the my front. This is my uh, home page of Jupyter Notebook. In this section, I'll just go into the document folders. In this document folder, you can see basics Python I pinned. This folder is has been created by me. In this file, we'll see the code, some of the basic things in Python language coding. As you can see, after entering this file, we can see the contents of this video. These are the main contents that we'll cover in this video. At first, we'll see print statement, and then we'll see the uses of multiple lines in one statement. Second one is the backlash method. So this is this things is the alternative method of the second tutorial, such as uses of multiple line in one statement. Next, in our next section, we'll just discuss over changes of upper and lower case letter. Next, we'll discuss what is variable. After that, we'll explore how we can count any identity in any variable. After that, we'll learn replacing an identity with another identity in any variable. Next, we'll see rules of writing variable. Then we'll see addition of more than one variable. Then we'll see data type. After that, we'll see input function. After that, we'll see the data casting, which means converting one data type to another data type. Next, swiping two or more variables. Then need dictionaries. We'll end up this video with listing session, with listing part of Python language. So without any delay, let's start our main sessions. So in this video, in this first, we'll just start this class with the print statement. Print statement is useful for for output, for visualizing any variables, expressions, text, number, etc. The in this case, a print instrument, there are several inputs necessary for data science. We just visualize these inputs with the help of print statement. At first, we look over the look over the definitions of print statement. The print statement in Python is used to display output such as text, numbers, variables, or results of expressions on the screen. Now we'll see the how we can write print statement. Print statement we can write by print and close with the first bracket and first bracket. Within this first bracket, we'll write the what we want to print. Um, I am illustrating this print statement with the help of an example. Suppose I want to print how are you. So in order to doing that, I just write the print function first. Then as how are you is the string data type, we look over the data type in the in that section. Now now how are you is the string data type because there is no numbers. We'll explore some of the more things in the data type sections. Right now just give an idea that how are you is an inting string data type. In we can use any number can be a float, integer, data type, but for the statements such as the letters involved in any statement is included in the string part. I am writing how are you. How are you? Look at that. This output of this writing coding is how are you has been shown. The has been shown in the lower lines of this coding. And another line we want to print such as welcome to Datatype channels. So this is the code that I have to write first. You can see that this also this also the output of this code as well. Next we can visualize any variable with the help of print statement as well. Suppose I want to make I am making a variable. A is the variable, and name of this variable is A, and we are including hello world in this part. Hello world. Now we want to visualize this A variable. So we just run the code by tapping shift plus enter. Look, so this is the visualization of A variables as well. In the print statement is necessary for the uh, uh, coding software such as Visual Studio Code and some other things. But if you Jupyter Notebook is friendly for Jupyter for Python language. Here we can use some of the shortcuts in the Python language. Suppose I can I can print this A hello world by writing only A. We just run the code. Look, hello world has been and has been visualized. Look at this apostrophe has been used because due to hello world is the string data type. We can visualize the integer and number variables as well. Suppose I want to make a I am making a variable name is named b equal 5 5, and another I am making another variable is c equal 6. Now I want to just do things b plus 6, b plus c. As you can see that it will show automatically the output. So b plus c equal 5 plus 6. Here b is the integer data type. C is also the integer data types. B plus c has the b plus c is the addition of these two variables. Now we'll see the uses of single quotations. So we can print any expression, any string with the help of single quotation, such as I am want to print Datatype is a programming language in programming YouTube channel. Just run the code. This is the another way we can print any kind of the variables or string data. But here is there is a disadvantage using apples one single quotation, because of in case we use apostrophe in the sentence, in the statement, the code cannot identify which one is the statement, and it will give an error. Suppose I want to print this database a programming YouTube channel. Now if we run this code, so look that there is an error. What happened in this code is in this coding, uh, look, there is an apostrophe inside this statement. uh, we use multiple code single quotation, that's why it is giving an error. In For this we have to use backlash before the single apostrophe. Then if we run, and after that we just run the code, so see there is no error, that there is no error after using backlash in the in the coding. Now we'll see how we can use multiple line in one statement. For that we have to give give triple quotation. For the if we use double quotation, we cannot print multiple lines in the single line. Suppose I want if I write print, I can give you an example. Print, if we just run this code, look, there is there is an error showing in the coding. For that case we just have to use triple quotation. And now if we run this code, they see that there are three lines has been given in the output. One in one line there is Rahim, in the second line there is given Mahmoud, and in the third line there is given Samia. This is the method one. The method one, how we can, this is the method number one. How we can use multiple line in one statement. In the method 2, this one is the backlash method. In that case, we just we just use we just use backlash, and where we want to break the line, use backlash. We backlash, and where we want to break the line, we can we can look these things with the help of an example as well. Suppose I want to print how are you and what are you doing, and I hope all is going well. This three statement has should have been appeared in three different lines. I am writing print first, how are you, what are you doing now, I hope that all is going well. And we use double quotation at the starting and ending, as it is a string data type. So how are you, I want to break this line right here. So in order to doing that I just use backlash and right here. After I want to break this break the line right here as well, and I will use backlash and right here as well, and I hope that all is going well. I don't want to break right this point because it is the ending of the conversation. Just we just write code by tapping shift plus enter. So look at that, the look at that, the code has been run, and how are you has also been shown, and what are you doing, and I hope that all is going well. This three line has been appeared in three different sentences and three different lines. So if I want to break minimize this space, so you can look right here as well. The three different lines has been showed in three different sentences or three different lines. Now in this section we'll see how we can change letter capital and uh, capital and lowercase. So, for the suppose I want to print how are you, but all the letters should be in capital. So in order to doing that, I just have to code write print as how are you is the string data type. How are you? At the end of this part, I have to provide a dot and write upper. This is the function upper. So you can see that all the letters will be in capital. So you can see that how are you has been printed, and all the letters is in uppercase. So this is the way we can we can convert lowercase to uppercase. Now in the next section we will see the make how we can make up lowercase letter to uppercase, as we see that in a few minutes ago. Then we'll see how we can convert all the letters in lowercase. Then we'll see that the title case means uh, first letter of each word will be in capital, rest of the word will be in rest of the letter will be in lowercase. The title case means that first letter in all word should be in uppercase and rest of the letter will be in lowercase. So for the way we make all the letters in uppercase, similarly we'll just convert all the when they convert the all the letters in upper, lower and title case. Just we have to add dot upper for converting all letters to uppercase. Then we have to word, then in order to making all letter in lowercase, we just have to write add dot lower at the end of the at the end of the string case. Then if you want to make the sentence in title, therefore we have to just add title dot title at the end of the string statement. So we can look over that with the help of coding. Suppose I want to print how are you, but all should be in uppercase. So I just copy this code and paste it right here. So you can see that the it all the letter will be in uppercase. Next we just look over that, we just print this how are you, but all the letters should be in lowercase. We just substitute this upper to lower. Then you can see that all the letters is in lowercase. So what we have to do for making all the letters into lowercase, we just have to dot lower and lower in the uh, at the end of the at the end of the uh, uh, string statement. Then if you want to make this how are you to the title case, then what we have to do, just we have to substitute this upper to lower. We have to just delete this upper and we have to give this title. Just run the code. You can see that for the title case, all the letters in every word, first letter is in uppercase, and all other letters is in lowercase. This is called the title case of any statement. Now we'll see how we can count any identity and identity in any variable. Suppose for that I just want to create a variable first. I am making a variable. No, I already create a variable. Let me make it a d variable. D variable equal how are you. How are you? As it is a string data type, that therefore I have to add double quotation at the starting and ending. Now I want to say how many age we use in this statement, or in how many age are there in the d variable. So what we have to do first, there is an error, or we have to use single quotation for age. So you can see that there is one age used in the d variable. Then we can use some other things as well. Suppose I want to look over I am using multiple sentences. I want to print this, and I am giving a sentences. Suppose I have one sister and her name is Samia Sarwar. I have one sister and her name is Samia Sarwar. I want to say how many as we use, how many small letter as used in this sentence. So in order to doing that, I just give give dot count at the end of the string data type count. So what we have to, we just look over the as there are three single as used in this sentences. So this is the way how we can count any identity for any variable and for any statement. Section we'll see how we can replace an identity with another identity in any variable. So for that we have to for that we have to give a use print statement, and we have to give an statement as well. For that case, we may use we may make a variable for that case as well. I will not change this statement. Suppose I want to print this statement, control V. So yeah, as you can see, and I am printing the I have one sister and her name is Samia Sarwa. I want to exchange this H identity, H letter with small letter H with capital letter H. So that for that case we just use a dot, then we have to give an bracket, for in the bracket should have an opening bracket and ending bracket. First we have to provide the letter that we want to exchange, or that the letter that we want to provide. So I want to provide capital H. Then I will use a comma. Then we have to give the identity that we want to exchange with. So I want to exchange with small lowercase h. So I am giving lowercase h. So I just printing this variable. Oh sorry, we have to use replace function as well. Then we just run the code. As you can see, so as you can see, there is no changes in the data. I think I have to give the H letter first. That the H letter should be the letter that we want to exchange, and the next letter should be the letter that we want to provide. I want to provide capital H. Then we just run the code. As you can say, all the lowercase letter has been exchanged with capital H. So that is the function, that is the way replace function works. Now in this section we'll see the definitions of variable. A variable is a name or identity that has been used for value, stored in value in memory. Suppose in the variable that we create, that has been stored in our RAM. That RAM is the component that has been used in the PC or your laptop. This is the temporary store of the value in the RAM. After once I have learned the definition of variables, now we learn the how we can write variables. Somehow there are three rules of writing variables. Rules one is where Python is a case sensitive language. That means that we have to always care for the case. Suppose I want to create a variable bd is the variable. So I want to make a string, string statement. Bangladesh is a beautiful country. Now the bd we make a variable bd. If we want to print this bd variable, just I am writing capital D and small d. Just and if I want to run this code, let's see what happens. You can see that we have an error. There is error saying that bd is not defined. That means there is no bd capital B and D variable. So in order to run this code, we have to make this correction. So if we use this capital smaller case b, then if we run this code, look, the code has been run successfully. So therefore we can say that Python is a case sensitive language. We cannot if we make any variable in any space in the case the print is in the print statement, we should have to use that case as well, and same later should be same as well. The rule 2 is the we cannot use spaces creating the variable. We cannot use any spaces creating the variable. Suppose I want to make another variable b. In this case we are using a space bd. Now bd, the case is, the statement is welcome to everyone. Now we just run this. Yes, you can see that we given space in the statement. Therefore in the if we in the once we run the code, the it says that the invalid syntax. So this error has been showing because of using spaces between the in the variable. So if we can use underscore instead of using spaces. If we use underscore instead of using spaces, let's see what happens. So you can see that the code has been run successfully. The rule 3 is the variable should not be started with any number or any special case. So in the same case we just make a 9. We are starting with number 9b 9bd equal, the statement is data type. We just run the code 9. We want to see the output of this code 9bd. You can see that there is also there is also an error just because of using decimal, or it is saying that we use number in the we start now we named the variable which is start with the number. So therefore we have to cancel the number at the starting of variable. The now if we run the code, let's see what happens. So you can see that the code has been done successfully in that case as well. So these are the three basic rules that we have to follow in before creating a variable. In this section we will learn how we can add more than one variable. So in order to doing that, we just run the code first. Then we are making a two variable. So first variable name is Rahim. I am making second variable name Mahmoud equal. We want to add these two two variable Rahim and Mahmoud. At first, what we have to do, at first we can add these two more than two variables in two ways. This is the method in two ways. This is the method number one. In method number one, we can add two variable with the help of print statement. Print, then we just uh, we just name the variable first Rahim. Then we want to add Rahim variable with Mahmoud. Then we'll use plus sign. Then we have to provide Mahmoud variable. Now if we just run the code, you can see that it successfully run the code. If we want to add some other things between this variable, we can do that as well. For that case, I have to provide first apostrophe. Then I want to add in the middle something. Let's say I want to add what's up guys. As I said before, we use double apostrophe. There is an apostrophe in the statement. Therefore, we have to use backlash. Now if we just run the code, so you can see, so what's up guys has been added in the middle. So in this way we can add more than one variable. In the next, this is the method number one. Yeah, now we can see now we learn the method number two. This is the more short form of coding, and in that case we'll just use f. Here f refers to the function section f, and now then we have to provide single quotation. The first is opening single quotation, and we have to provide opening single quotation and ending single quotation. Then we have to use second bracket. Inside this bracket we just provide the variable name Rahim. Just I want to provide the Rahim. I want to add Rahim variable with Mahmoud variable. Then we just have to provide second bracket. Inside this second bracket we can provide the variable that we want to add. Mahmoud, I want to add Mahmoud variable. Then we just run the code. As you can say that these two sentences has been added, or these two variables has been added in the in that case. These two variables has been added. We can add uh, add some other things middle of these two variables. Suppose I want to add what are you doing. I want to add something like that, and I want to end. So and I want to add end. So just run the code. So that you can see that end has been added, although it doesn't make any sentences. I am just here writing this this code for your learning. So it doesn't make any sentences, so you don't mind for in this case, because it doesn't. I just showed you for learning that middle, we can add middle anything beside these two variables. We just delete this and because it doesn't make any sentences, or we can provide the spaces between these two variables. In these sections, we'll look over the data types. There are different types of data type. First one is text type. There is only one data type in the text is the string. So that I have been used mostly in this video. So in this video, suppose I make these two variables named Rohim and Mahmoud. The data that I have been used in Rohim variable is the string data type. So the data type is a coding channel. This is a string data type, and because it is a text. Mahmoud is also a string data type. You and Mahmoud is also a string data type, and in the Mahmoud variable, we store the text which teaches Python coding that is useful for data science. That is also a string data type. And in our next, in this data type, the next data type is numeric type. Numeric type is the here we use the number data type. So number can be of integer and floating point. So there are several types of data type in the numeric sections. First one is the integer type. integer type integer integer type integer data type can be expressed by int and integer numbers is the number which cannot be expressed in fraction. Integer number are such as 5, 6, 7, -9. So this number is the integer data. Or natural number is also included in the integer data as well. Floating, the next one is the floating point. Floating point can be written by float, and float can be expressed in fractions. So floating point is, suppose 4.5, 6.0 and 15.5. These are the floating data type. In the floating can be expressed in fractions. In our next data type in the numeric sections is the complex data type. Complex data that is in complex number, it is mostly used in very complex studies. Complex numbers such as omega, I, these are the complex number. Root over -1, root over -3, so root over -5. These are the complex number. So these two are the examples of complex number. Next data type is the sequence type. In the sequence data type, it has been a listing, tuples and range. Listing is, so we can list out the number, and any kind of input we can list out uh, in the sequence tab we can rearrange the data as well. Suppose I list out the several numbers 4 5 1 2 10 15 16 50. So in the sequence tab we can we can order the number with with the ascending order or descending order, and we can rearrange the number in our own way. But we will look over the tuple and range sections in our next video. But in this video we broadly discuss over listing part. In our next data type is the mapping type. Mapping there is only one data type included in the mapping type is dictionary. Dictionary and listing is one kind of similar but not same. In the dictionary part we just we list out the number and number, any kind of text data as well, but we cannot reorder the number or the text data in the dictionary part. In our next data type is the boolean type. Boolean type is the we broadly discuss over the dictionary data type as well in this video. The next data type is the boolean type. Boolean means there is just true value. So either the data can be true or false. There are only two sections has been included in the boolean type. We can convert the number in the number integer to boolean part. Suppose or we can convert any number to the binary number. Binary. So the next section is the binary number. What is binary number? Binary number is that binary number there is only the number that is made up with only two digits, which is 0 and 1. These two numbers has been made up with just two digits, 1 and 0. So this is the examples of binary number, and these are the basics these are the basics of the binary number, and we can convert binary to decimal number as well in this data type. So, or you can say more specifically, we just use two things in the boolean data type. The either data can be true or false. The output has been shown in the true and false. So I think we cover all of the things in the data type sections. In our next section we'll discover more broadly in the data type. I think your all doubt and concept will be more clear in the next sections. In this section we'll talk about the input function. What is input function? Input function that allow us to take information from users. So in many websites you can see that. So you provide your data, yeah, and you provide your data and information which is stored in the input function. So by using input functions we can take the data or information from the users, and we can receive the thinkings and some other things from the users. How we can write input functions? First of all, we have to give a variable name. So here I just make a input function. This one is the this is an example of writing input function. First here name is the variable name, and input is the function. So in the bracket, within the bracket, bracket of input function, we just provide the name of the input function. Suppose I provide the name of this input function is enter your name. So it will enter your name will be appeared on the fill in the gap sections. Then we'll just provide the data in the fill in the gap section. We'll just look over that sections with the help of coding right here. Suppose I just copy these things and run the code. So look, there is a fill in the gap or blank section is appear here. Here here we can write anything in the blank section. Remember that here the data type we are using is the string, so therefore we can use any sentence, text, number, anything we can use in this section. Suppose I enter my name Rahim, so you can say that the data has been appeared here. So Rahim name has been printed and displayed. So this is the how we can use the input function. Remember that in this section, in the data type we are using in this section is string data type. Therefore, we can use any kind of data. Suppose I can use number as well as text. So look, the data has been or input has been printed. So this is the way we can write the input function. We can restrict the input function as well by providing the data type, by adding data type with the input function. So now I am creating a variable name age. Suppose age, I am creating a variable age where age should be in float. So you can see that here here I run a code and run a code in this line. I just may create a variable name is, so it should be in, I just restrict the input function with the float data type. That means we have to just provide float data. We cannot use any other data as a input. So look, I just give the number. If I run the code, it has been run, and this number has also included in the float sections. And if I just run the code, suppose I provide any name or any number, I just tap it, I just tap the enter. Therefore you can see that there is an error. It is showing that we use the wrong data type. It cannot convert string to float because the data that we given in the input is the string data type, but the I or the variable I have asked for the float data type. So we have to use float data only. We cannot use string data type. If I just run the code again, so we can use the point data as well, 14.45.5. we just run the code by enter. There you can see that the code has been run successfully. We can provide the input integer data as well. I am creating another variable, suppose is 2, where data should be in integer. As you can see that in the as we run the code, they are asking for the input from the users. So I give the data, suppose 42.5. If I just run the enter, it is saying an 0. because the data that we have been given as the input is the float data type, but it cannot be accept float data. It can only accept integer data. Suppose I run the code. If I run the code again, now if I write 45 as the input, now run the code by entering the loop, the code has been run successfully. Then if you just run the code and in the I just provide 12 point, I just provide, if I provide the any kind of letter and string data type and run the code, it is showing error again, because in string data type is not acceptable in this case as well. So I hope you understand the data type and input functions more broadly in this section. If you have any a doubt in this part, or if you have any questions, just ask your question or give you review about this class in the comment. I'll try to I'll try to reply each of your response and or questions. Another things that can be included in the input function with things is the evaluations. In the evaluation input functions, we can provide expressions that can be calculated and provides its result automatically given after calculation. So suppose I am making a variable expression equal eval. Eval is the is an type. It is showing that can do the mathematical operations. I just make mistake declaring the variable. I use uppercase of the expression, but in the variable we use the lowercase. So as you can see, we can do any kind of calculation with the help of this eval function. 78 plus 7 times 8. Just run the code and we gave it will provide the answer. Section we'll discuss about data casting. At first we have to know what is data casting. Data casting means that converting one data type to another data type. In many times we have to convert one data type to another data type because due to operating same operation within same variable. Now we can understand this concept using some example. Suppose I am making a variable named is e is the variable name, and here e equal, and I am making a float variable, integer variable. So variable say 25. Here 25 is the integer data type. I am making another variable f. F is another variable. So that I am making this a float variable. Suppose it is the 54.5. Now if we want to check over the data type of e and f variable, so what we have to do for checking over data type of each variable, print type. Now if we just run the code, you can look over that. So e variable is the string data type, and f variable 54.5 is the float data type. Now if you now we want to add e with f variable. We know for doing that we have to we have to convert e variable e variable, that means string data type, to float data type. So for that, in order to doing that, what we have to do, converting a variable to integer variables. We can convert it integer variables or float variable. I am converting that as a float variable. So at first, what variable we want to convert? We want to convert e variable. For that, we declare e variable first. Then we will just write float e. Just this is a simple code. It will automatically convert to the float data type. You can look. You can see the output. Just run the code. So 25.0. This is the float data type, and you can check over the data type of e variable as well. The similar way, you just write string. The type of e variable is float. That means it has converted from string data type to float data type. Now we can add e variable with f variable. So for doing that, I am creating another variable named as g, conversion of e variable from string to float, and just we are adding with f variable. Then what we need to e plus f. Now just run the code. Look, the the value has been e and f value has been added. Before that we cannot add e and f. Look, just if I run the code, before converting string to float, it will show a error. It is showing a error because two variable is not in same data type. That's why it cannot add with and it cannot add different two variables. We can check over the over the type of the g variable as well. Now we are just deleting this variable because it is a wrong code. We can check over the type of g variable. So none type, it means that so the variable the data type of g is none, or because it is the addition of two variable e and f. I hope you understand that. In this section we'll see how we can swipe two or more variables. For that we want to make two variables. Now we want to swipe these two variables. So a pi variable should be fine and data variable should be zeta. Doing that, if I show you the variable output of the variable before swiping, data variable is before swiping. If we just run the code, look, this data variable is before swiping is data variable is Fahim, and pi variable before swiping is Jidan. Now if we want to convert the if we swipe these two variables, so what we have to do is, this is just simple. So in simple case, we just give data pi equal, so we want to make it data to pi variable, data variable to pi variable. So data pi equal pi, then have to write data. After that, if we just run this two sentence code, but it will be after, because we already swiped two variable. Just run the code. You can see that the data variable has been swiped to pi variable named Jidan, and pi variable has been swiped with the data variable is fine. So this is the way we can swipe two or more variable. In this section, we'll just look over the dictionary. So first of all, what you have to know, what is dictionary? Dictionary in Python is a collection of key pairs where each key is unique and used to access its corresponding value. So, how you can just, this is the way we can code dictionaries. First of all, we have to make a variable, then we have to provide the key value. Means that the title of the identity, and value under this each key. So this is key 1 and this is its value, and this is key 2 and this is its second way, this is its value, and this is key 3 and this is its value. So this is the way we can code dictionaries. So I hope you understand the dictionaries. Always we use dictionary for collection of data. We can analyze this data with the help of dictionaries as well, and that is this is also advantageous for for collecting values. Now we'll just code dictionaries right here. I am making a variable personal data. Yes, it's run successfully. You can see the this is the output of this dictionary code. Here name is the key and time is the value, and age is the key, 24 is the value, and channel is the key, and data pi is the value. Now if we want to just see the type of this personal data named. So the type of the personal data is dictionary. You can look over the data type of this variable as well. Uh, Now we'll see how we can look over the keys of dictionaries. So in this variable there are only three keys, but in many cases there are many keys and many values which is corresponding keys. For that case, we just want to see the keys of each variable. So for that what we have to do, that looking over keys of dictionaries. For looking over the dictionaries keys of dictionary, we just declare first variable personal data. We just declare variable first, then we have to provide dot keys. Just run the code. So you can see that there are three keys in the dictionaries: name, age, and channel. So we can therefore we can after that we can see the values of, yeah, dictionaries as well. For that case, we just run the similar code, but we have to use value instead of keys. So there are three values you can see: Rahim, 24, and Datatype. We can also see keys and with its value as well in the same bracket. For that we have to use items instead of using keys. So you can see that there are for using the title item functions, name and its keys and with its variable has been shown right here. Name is the key and Rohim is the value, age is the key and 24 is its value, a channel is the key and Tata Pi its value. Now we can add new keys and values to the variable as well. How we can do that? Adding new keys and values to the variable. For that we have to code we have to declare variable first, personal data, and equal we have to provide third bracket. Inside the third bracket we have to provide the keys that we want to add with the personal data. Suppose I want to add the personal data is the education. Then we have to equalize these keys. Then we have to use third bracket, another third bracket as well, opening and closing third bracket. Then what or now as it is not the keys, so we don't have to provide third bracket. And education values of education is the string type, that's why we have to use uh, use double quotation. So the education is bss, which we now we just run the personal data again. You can see that there is another keys added with the personal data key education, and which its value is bss. I hope you understand this case. This is the way we can add new new keys and values with the specific variables. And now we'll see the how we can update data. In many cases we just we just have to change the value. Suppose I want to update my age. Right now my age is 25. I want to update this age. So what we have to do for doing that? Updating elements. Updating elements. So personal I have to declare the variable first, personal data dot update. So we want to update age in age keys. Then which is value is age value is 25. Now if we just call the variable, age is not here. No, there is age. So I think I make some mistakes successfully. So it's run successfully. This is the way we can update any data. You can see here in age key has 25 value, and the age variable has been updated. Now we'll see the how we can copy dictionaries. Method 1. So how we have to code in this method 1? We just declared the new variable. So in the method 1 we can copy two copies variables. We have to assign first new variables, and this is the old variable that we want to copy. So I am creating a there is a disadvantage of using this method 1 because it doesn't count updated dictionaries. So as we already update the age in age, so in this case the value will be updated, but in many cases the value has not updated in the method 1. I'm making a new variable, new personal data. You can see that the all the information of personal data in personal data variable has been copied to the new personal data. So this is the way we can copy one variable, one data variable, one variable of. This is the way we can copy one variable of dictionaries data type to another variable. Now I will show you the method number 2. From the code you can see that the new in the values of new personal data uh, included all the information of personal data. Personal data. I hope you understand this concept, and this is the way you can easily copy one variable. Now we'll see how we can delete keys and its elements from the dictionaries. Two methods. So the way we can delete in a keys and elements of the dictionaries. So first method is pop method. Pop method is new. Pop method. Suppose I want to delete age variable and its value from the new personal data. For that case I just have to write the variable name, declare the variable first. I declare the variable, then you have to provide pop. Pop is the function. Pop. Within this bracket we just write the keys and elements that we want to keys. We just have to write keys that we want to delete. I want to delete age keys, so age equal age. Now if we just run the code, just the age has been deleted, and here 25 is shown that the age 25 has been deleted. If we just run the new personal data again, you can see that there is no age, keys and its value. Look at that, in the new personal data, age, keys and its value has been removed. So in the method number 2, we just use the del function. Method number 2, we use del function. So suppose I want to delete channel key, name keys from the personal data. I want to delete the name keys from the personal data. So here del is the function. Del means delete. Delete. We want to delete personal keys from the personal data. I just have to give the third bracket for this function, and then we have to provide the education name keys. And if we run the personal data, you will observe that there will not be any name keys. So there is no name keys. You can observe in the personal data. Here we didn't remove. You didn't remove age in the personal. We didn't remove age keys in the personal data. Therefore, age has been shown here, as this is a new personal data is the new variable. That's why there is no age, because we removed age from the new personal data. So this is the way we can remove one keys and its value from the dictionaries. Now we'll see how we can delete all the things of dictionaries. We want to delete everything. Suppose I want to delete all the information in the personal data, age, channel and education. You can see that there is no information in the personal data. All the keys and its value has been removed. So this is the way we can delete all the elements of dictionary. So that's all about the dictionaries. So we cover all the things in dictionaries. I hope you guys understand it. If you have any question in this part, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to reply all of your questions. In this section, we'll look over the listings. This is the last section in this video. Listing. First of all, what we have to know what is listing. Listing in Python is an ordered mutual collection of an elements enclosed in square bracket where elements can be accessed by their index. So it is unordered. That means it can be of different types of unordered values. Suppose 1, 4, 7, 10, 15, and 2, 3. These are the unordered data. So that's why for this value this is the one of the characteristics of listing. Another characteristics of mutable collection of an element, which means we can change the value or elements of listing, and listing has been enclosed in the square bracket. Remember that. Then what we have to know, how can we write the code of listing. First of all, we have to give a variable name, and with the variable name inside the square we have to provide the value of the listing. Look, there is the difference between the listing and dictionary is, in dictionary there are some keys, but in listing there are no keys. There is only value or any data type we stored in the any variable. Making a listing. Suppose I am I am creating a variable name. If we want to see the output of this name variable, we just run the code. Look, this is the listing. The all of the elements has been enclosed in the third bracket. Always remember that how can we count the elements of listing. So first element is Rahim. It is considered as the index number 0. Yeah, elements of listing is calculated by the index number. Index number is start from 0. So index number of 0 is Rahim, and index number of 1 is Mahmud, and index number 2 is Jidan, and index number 3 is Rafid, and index number 4 is Imon. Always you have to always keep that mind, that index number is start from 0. If we want to see the elements of index number, that will also can be written by the code index number. Print, we'll use print statement right here, and variable name is name. For the index number we are saying 0. Index number, the index 0 index has been assigned to the Rahim, and 1 index has been assigned to the Jidan, and or Rafid has the index number of 3, and Imon has the index number of 4. So this is in this line we see the how we can see the index number of any elements, and there is also a reverse counting of index number. So if we count the index number by reversing, Imun will be -1, Rafid will be -2, Jidan will be -3, and Mahmud will be -4, and Rahim will be -5. You can see that. So first print number of, in reverse counting, index number of -1 is Imon, and we can look over some other things also. Some other elements name and index number is -4. So we just run the code. So Mahmud has the index number of -4. Now we'll write the slicing. So how we can slice the elements? This is the how we can slice the code, just elements and ending elements. So we can see this as a in code. Look, Rahim, Mahmud, and Jidan has been listed out. Rahim has the index number 0, and 1 is the Mahmud has the index number of 2, and Jidan is the index number of 3. Always remember that last ending index number has not been counted. Look, Jidan, Rafid has the index number of 3, but it is not included in the slicing sections, but at the starting index number will be taken in this code for that case. So when be careful in this index number. In the next session, in the next code, we'll see there is not always necessary to write starting Indian number 0. So when starting Indian index number is 0, you may not need to write that. Suppose I want to write the same code, just giving and add the code, we are getting the same output. So that is the way we can write the slice the code as well, slice the list as well, and this is one kind of the sub elements of the list, because this is the children elements of the main list. and we can slice the list in some other way as well. So name, suppose 2, starting is it will start from the 2 and ending will be 0. So look, yes, it will appear here right now. Minus 2 is showing here the minus 2 index number is Rafid, and ending in Rafid, it is it's in the this slicing history number has been calculated from left to right. So minus 2 is the Rafid, Rafid index number, then immune index number is minus 1. As I said, minus 2 minus 1, so last index number will not be calculated, so immune has not been included in the in that list slicing. So my in name this slicing will provide the output of Rafid. In the similar case the minus 2 minus 2 dot 0 is not appearing here because of it calculated listing has to be calculated is calculated from left to left to right. 2 comma we provide 2 comma 0, so index number 2 is Jidan, so Jidan will be included, but 0 is the Rahim, so it is reversing to the right to the left. That's why it is not there is no slicing index appearing right here to 2 colon 0. Now we'll see how can we add new elements in the list. There are two ways doing that. This is the method number 1. Using the in method number 1 we'll use just append. In the append function, first of all we have to call the variable first, then we have to add append function. Append function, so we want to include Samia. Always in the append function, the adding elements will be included in the last elements of the main list. Suppose I want to add Samia in the list, therefore Samia will be added to the end of the list. So if we just recall the name variable and see, Samia has to be added in the last session. There are 2 Samias is appearing here because we run the code in 2 times. If we run the code again, so as another Samia will appear. So how it is how many Samia will appear is depending on the how many times you run the code. This is the but main in the main case in the Jupyter notebook it's appear here, but in the main case it will there is only Samia is in the list. So in the method 2 we can choose over the index number. We can in the method 2 we can choose over the position where we want to add the elements. Suppose I want to add server at the index number of 3. So what in the method number 2 what I have to do, name dot insert first of all we have to give the index number. We want to position server at the index number of 3, then we have to write the elements name. Just to write the code, as I run the code it should server appear 2 times. Yes, at the first time I run the code, that's why and yeah, I run this code two times. That's why server has appeared in two times. I think you understand these things. So look, server is has been added to the number 3 index. Rhyme is the 0 index, Mahmoud is the 1 index, Sajidan is the 2 index, and server is the 3 index. But in 3 index, this two server is made up of is just taking one position, that is index number 3. So Rafi next index number, Rafi the of next index number is 4. You can look over that as well. So if I just look over the index number 4, look, so sorry, server has also been positioned in the phone number index. So how many times it will appear, it depends on the how many times you run the code. If I run the code again, so server will also appear in the in the listening session. So this is the one of the problems in the listening that we can also avoid by writing another code that we can see in our next video. And now we'll see the how can we add two lists. Adding two lists. So this I am creating another list name 2. Now I want to add name variable with name 2. So what we have to do, just name plus, we just run the code. I think I make some mistakes. We just, yes, now it runs. Yes, I provide the space in the first variable name, that's why it gives an error. In that case, you can see that the code has run successfully and these two elements has been added, that Rohim and Skorim and Sami is has been added to the last of the list, or last of the name list. So we can nested list as well. We can nested means we just add first list, after that the first list with the second list. So we can see that by nested list, name, we just recall the variable nested list. Look, this in for the nested list, this is also a list. This list is made up of with the first name list and named underscore to list. So this is the name list. After that it make another list. Rohi, Korim and Sami is another list, and consistence of these two lists, new list has been made up. The new list name is listed list. So these two lists has been separated by this square bracket. So look at that. I hope you guys understand that. So if you have any question, let me know. Let me know in the comment sections. Then what we are see next, how we can remove any elements in the list. There are two methods in the for removing any elements in the list. Method 1 is name dot remove is we want to remove the jidan. First of all we have to recall the variable name is name, and we want to jidan, remove jidan. So what we have to do for that, have to call the variable name. Look, jidan elements has been removed. There is in the name sections there is jidan elements, but in that case there is no jidan elements that appear in the name list. So this is the way, this is one of the method uh, to remove elements from the list. Now we'll see the method number 2. So second method is a using del function. In that case we don't have to provide the name of the elements, rather we should provide the index number of the elements. Del, so variable name is name, and we want to delete the index number 2 elements. For that we have to recall the functions first. Del, no, we have to, for the list we have to bracket the square bracket, then we have to just visualize the look. The second elements has been eliminated. Rahim is the zero element, and Mahmoud is the second element, and Sarwar is the third element or third index number. So one of the Sarwar index number has been eliminated right here. So this is the way we can delete any elements from the list using the index number. In this section we will see the sorting a list. Sorting means we can list for the number list, any for the number list we can sort the list with low to higher number and high to low number. We can do that. Suppose let's say we are making a variable number variable. So these are the number. We can sort this list as well. We can shorting this list means we can rearrange the number low to high. So for doing that we just have to write number dot sort function. We just run the code and we provide the number variable for the output. As you can see, the elements of the list has been sorted, so it has been rearranged to the low to higher number. We can also add new elements in the list also. First of all we have to assign a variable name, then we have to use the square bracket. Inside the square bracket we provide the index number that we want to change, and then we have to provide the equal. After that we just provide the value that we want to change. For an example, we want to change the index number 2, and we want to provide the index number 2. We want to exchange index number 2 with 500. So for that case what we have to do, that we first recall the number variable dot number, then you have to provide a square bracket, index number is 2 equal 500. So just have to provide the number variable. Then so you, as you can see, in index number 2, 500 new elements has been added. Now now we'll see how we can copy the list. So there are two methods in the copying of list. The method one is the copy method. It is one kind of similar to the copying the list, copying the dictionary as well. So it's another one, we just giving a new variable, we are making a new variable, new number, then the number dot copy function have to use. As then if we run the, if you want to see the new number, so as you can see, the new number, in the new number the elements of number variable has been added. So this is the way we can copy one variable in the list or elements in the list. And in the same way we can, in the method number 2, is just we provide the new variable number name number set to equal number. Now we just run the number variable of in the, as you can, as the number underscore 2 has also elements of number. So this is the way we can copy another list. We can also reverse the list as well. So if we want to reverse the list, so what we have to do, as you can see, so in the but with the help of sorting we can also revise the number. Revise things, the number has been sorted upper number to lower number. So these are the, this number has been sorted. So that's all about the listing. We have covered the all of the things in the listing. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer every question. And I think you guys like the video. This video is quite lengthy. I hope you guys and I give my best effort to make you to make you easier for learning Python. Uh, for getting more videos similar like that and getting more advice about coding and learning part data science, you can subscribe my channel.